Ara Ulka, third party insurance.
That's why I had it, because you're far from the mic, boy.
Oh, sorry.
No, you can pull the mic towards it. That's why I buy this stand with it.
Yeah, that's one. Sorry, no. What happened is I had some old cars, so I third party insurance. So I take it from insurance company of the West Indies, which was Great Northern Insurance at that point in time.
Right.
But then I got the Sun car now, so I was like, all right, cool. I might just feel that now I should get some big people insurance like Tattle or something. So then I tell them, well, all right, cool. I just want to transfer my third party and I want to discontinue this insurance.
Yeah,
This is
But
real good.
But like, you know, insurance agencies, like, they're not letting that happen. They're like, all right, so what are giving you? We could give you something better. So then I was like, nah, it's not about that. There's like, so they're saying, like, Tattle better than us. So I was like, well,
Yeah.
I mean, kind of. It's
Yeah.
like, no, well, they're not better than us. Tell us what they're giving you. So then they give
That
me,
was the exact words, eh?
yeah, they give me their rate. And I was like, yeah, it's still kind of better than that. And then they was like, all right, cool. Well, hold on here. We'll hold on here. And I know you'll come back now. You know, you might need some kind of thing.
I witness this. This is a real thing.
Yeah, it's
Number
like
one
you
said,
need like a
I know
house
you'll be coming
insurance
back.
or like boat insurance or some kind of thing. You must come back. So it's like, all right, cool. All right, let's get us.
No claim discount.
The
Yeah,
no claim
right,
discount.
right.
Right. I was like, all right, just give me this no claim discount. Thank you for your time and whatever. And yeah.
I think she repeated when he was leaving.
You
the
tell me
door
this
that time.
enough. I feel like I heard this.
Yeah, no, she was real hostile.
Yeah,
boy.
when
She
is
was
he
real
going to she
hostile.
repeated door? You'll
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, like there's a threat or
Kinda. It sounds like a
Yes.
threat, boy. It's like fucking. You see you, boy.
you come back, I go see you again.
Yeah. It's like almost like.
When they treated you good, you can see.
Yeah.
So
and
fucking
you
good
go-
for you.
You're gonna get a bad accident in your future.
It might be
And like
she.
you ain't gonna get nothing from Tattle.
Oh, Tattle, because
we-
that is where people is people. These people
Yeah,
too, you
we
know.
people, we had to eat. I feel my family don't had to eat. So
It kind of sounded like she was going to amongst him.
Wait.
And
Yeah.
even be like, who you insured with? No, you cunt.
DJ Ballhead, Nacho Man, Danielle, fight. DJ Ballhead, Nacho Man, Danielle, fight.
It happened when
Yeah.
we had to bring into this fet like Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy
Yeah.
Joe,
Sleepy Joe is a man. He'll know about this.
He will know
he'll
about
know about
this.
it as if he was there.
But then we will end up with a 6-hour podcast.
True.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting and people will listen.
Hopefully.
So
What we next partner?
Jai Shri Ram Krishna Jindaki Jai.
So what we're gonna unbox here is Pisco from Chile. What Pisco is basically distilled grape juice. So kind of like rum, but rum is from sugarcane. This one is actually from like fermented grape juice. So some different flavors, and this particular one is aged Mistral Gran Nobel for those who want to check it out. So, all right, let's see what it looks like and what it tastes like.
Nice color. Yeah.
Yeah. So
You get this lovely color on the camera.
very fancy box in here.
Suppose it opens from the top here.
It opens from the top, yeah.
Right.
Alright, so let's see.
Thing more protected than the red house.
Nice.
What?
So this is the action, yeah. Nice bottle. Pisco is made in both Peru and Chile. Well, those are the two countries that make it. They have different processes in terms of how they actually make it. Can't really recall what the differences are now, but it's distinct and it affects like the flavors and stuff like that. But all right, so we're gonna dive in and check out what this is about, yeah, and maybe
Wait for me.
try to figure out what's the difference between this and like rum.
Surely by dive in, you mean drink it. Should we try it straight?
Nah, straight. We could go straight up first because
Yeah.
I tried it straight and it was smooth,
All right.
smooth like road before Wasa get to it.
Wow.
So
Alright,
pop the
let's see if I
cork.
can get
See if we get a cork on the.
That's a
Action.
nice sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always a good sound. A nice color to that. Boy.
Can you
Yeah.
hit me up, sir?
All right.
So you
Thank you. Or as they say
Oh,
in
it-
Spanish, el thank you.
What? Anyway.
Sounds like a bunch of ill filth too.
Oh, yeah.
Ho!
All right.
Ooh, it
go up.
smells wonderful. What is that?
Wow, that's a.
What does that smell? It nice. Like you could make air freshener out of this.
What is that smell?
Kind of.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Black pepper.
Yeah.
Clove.
Ooh. Like kind of flowery, but like kind of potpourri, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
like
that.
a lot
Yeah.
of that. Like a very spicy kind of aroma.
It's like when
Wait, this is probably one of the best smelling alcohols.
yeah.
Like I've ever
This
smelled.
is like your grandmother baking fruit cake,
it's,
but then spray
so
air
spicy.
freshener.
Like it's so spicy.
I mean, I can just smell this all day and not drink it.
I feel this way even need to air out. This is one like usually when we pour out like scotch or rum or anything like that, we usually try to like air it out because it's just be so intense. But like this smelling so nice.
But actually, if you do some
Yeah.
light nosing, you can get
Yeah.
kind of cognac aroma from it.
But what I know is your size. Is it really light?
Why do you wash your face?
This thing just real sweet.
Can't wait
Yeah.
Can't wait to taste this though.
Huh?
Can't wait to taste it.
Yeah.
Well, that's
We
not
should go
wheat.
ahead and do that then.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Let's.
Everybody's speechless now. What?
Still a really interesting,
Um,
interesting flavor.
Well, I
Um,
never taste something like it before.
Exactly, because this is
So I don't know what to
Right,
compare it to.
not sure what to expect going in there. I still sticking to like this black pepper spicy kind of thing, but still getting some flavor of vanilla.
Again, like when you smell a rose, how you picture it will taste. Again, that.
no. I understand what you're saying, because like you're picking up like the smell more, because the taste not really matching with the scent, because you would expect it to taste like a little sweeter, but like it a little more bland than you would probably expect it to be smelling
Mhm.
that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I still find you get that spicy flavor coming out from the smell to the taste.
Yeah.
Fresh cracked black pepper is what
Hmm.
I'll bring my black pepper if you want to smell it. But that's what I get in. Or like this might go good on a steak, to be honest.
What?
I not really getting that spice too much. I am getting a lot of sweetness, but mellow sweetness.
Yeah.
Like it's not tasting what it smells
I
like.
think, yeah, the sweetness more like on the fragrance. Like,
Yeah.
kind of like, you know, really tasting on the tongue per se.
Yeah, because I feel like when I exhale right now, I could
Yeah.
feel and smell more flavor
Yeah.
than I drank.
I just didn't know what to expect. But this is a very interesting.
It's interesting.
And this is made
yeah.
from grapes, right?
From grapes, yeah. Yeah.
I think you could get that that little cognac flavor, and you get more the texture of it kind of reminds me of what a cognac would be.
Cognac, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the color as well.
Yeah.
This is what this podcast is about, keeping it real. So
What is this podcast?
Chile,
We-
it is.
We don't know.
Yeah.
No,
But anyway,
that's what you all have to figure out.
we brought this fine beverage to
All the
you
way
guys.
from Chile.
all the way from Chile for you guys, so that you know
What are we drinking?
what.
So you can live
that-
vicariously
that-
through us.
Which
Exactly.
we have very poorly described.
There's much more than rum and scotch.
Surely, if you Google it, though, someone will have a better description.
Of it.
We highly recommend that you
Yeah.
YouTube this.
All right.
Beauty is in the mouth of the
Taster.
Taster.
holder.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
but
I want some ice in this.
nah,
Nah, this could go sober.
it's smooth. It's smooth.
Oh,
I might be drunk.
Yeah. No, apparently, like
is that
when
Talisker? Is goes your blood real fast?
it's like Chile, because of the geography and like they bordered by the Andes and
I was not going to ask
the
if you're not going to utilize the headphones.
Pacific Ocean. They sort of like well shielded from like a lot of things now. So like at some point in time there were like a bunch of diseases for like
There was some direct feedback.
wine vines across like Europe and stuff like
For
that.
you to adjust.
But like Chile wasn't affected by it because they were so isolated. So
Okay. Were they isolated from the world economic crisis?
no, I don't think it can be isolated from that. But probably definitely coronavirus. They might be isolated. But
That's-
there's like
I
a
don't think so.
That's good.
large-
Let's talk about this coronavirus.
Yeah,
Don't get excited.
I don't
It's
really
not
know,
about beer, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't really know that much about it, right? Like I wasn't for like I know it's like originated in China or something like that. It's like the next SARS or H1N1 or whatever it is. But flu.
I think it's closer to SARS.
Yeah.
The H1N1 is a flu. I
Right.
think with the H's and the N's is flus.
Yeah.
This is something different.
So it actually is more similar to SARS and.
Oh, you know people in the medical profession, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Also, I watch a lot of news about
Right.
Right.
coronavirus. So
Yeah.
similar to SARS in that it was more likely contracted from an animal source. And as is common in China, they have a lot of these markets where you have a lot of live animals
Yeah.
caged together in close proximity to humans. So it's not out of the question that viruses could be transmitted from animal to human or adapt and then be transferred from animal to human and then come up when they have their own variation and their own strain. And that's how we get viruses in 2020.
Right. We also get from unprotected sex.
Yeah.
But not as much as before. I mean, yes.
You still get it, you just don't die from it as easily.
Well, as if you're talking about HIV, but you have other stuff you could get
Oh,
that worse than HIV.
yeah.
When was the last time you heard somebody dying from HIV?
But like syphilis and that kind of thing, that's viruses or that's diseases. What's the difference?
I'm not a real doctor. You should probably.
But you know some.
syphilis might be a virus.
You seem very curious about this topic. Yeah.
No. I never had syphilis before. Or
You want? I mean, I could make a call for
what
it.
you can give it?
I do have. I mean,
We'll give him some syphilis.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure we're going with this.
So we
So, I'll tell you on Netflix
no, it's
this
actually
morning.
syphilis is actually bacterial, apparently.
Bacterial. Yeah, that's why you can take like penicillin or something and fix it.
Yeah, antibacterial,
Yeah.
an antibiotic.
Antibiotics. So they're good for that.
Well, that's if the antibiotic will work though, because you take so many of them that your body probably used to everything by now.
Jed,
Or your variation.
Wait,
of
talking about
syphilis.
my body in particular?
Jed, I feel like we didn't do a podcast in so long. I can't even remember this man alias. Like, what we call this man again?
He's the
Nacho.
Nacho man.
Oh,
What's your
wait.
tagline?
Oh, yeah.
right. Nacho man.
Oh, yeah. Yes, Daniel.
Yeah, no, serious. Like, it's been
Nobody
like, so
asked,
long.
but I'm DJ Ballhead, apparently.
Nobody asked you.
Everybody know. I mean, it's kind of obvious
shit.
looking at you that you are DJ Ballhead.
Actually, I can't looking a bit fuzzy right now.
Yeah,
It could be a little cleaner.
yeah.
Our partner, vaginal chafing would disagree.
I think I know who this is, but
Yeah.
Like a household pet.
Like he's also he's clean shaven, and
well, I don't know who this is.
he's a guy who doesn't like to be on the show.
Yeah. He's an instrument.
Oh.
He's an instrument that you hammer things with.
Yeah, pretty
Wait.
much.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I think I know
Right.
this guy.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like
know.
with this guy
Yeah.
recently.
Right.
I don't even know why we have these stupid aliases. Why do we use aliases?
Because we don't want people
Because-
to know who we are when we say things like Chile.
Yeah, but-
Nah, I think we said those things on that. I think it's just to kind of not restrict like the way we speak or what we say.
Yeah, well, hear this.
Yeah.
Both of you all have very distinct voices. Like I think it'd be
Oh, I see.
very people who listen or would have spoken to you before
Yeah.
could easily identify your voices just based on the tone of your voice, the
Mhm.
actual like vocal characteristics, and then the
Yeah.
way you all speak, like the
Yeah.
nonsense that you
Intonations.
tend to say, Nacho man.
Yeah.
It's very characteristic, easily identifiable.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you guys who listening want to share this with your friends and then make that a game for your friends to figure out who these guys are with the distinct voices, then feel free and share it far and wide.
I think it's just like legal implications, right? So like if somebody want to like bring up something that like you say is like, but how exactly you know it's me? Maybe.
I'll make it
I don't
easier for you guys. I am not Louise Hart.
Shit. Wait,
On the drive
this
time, on
podcast
the
will
drive
pop
home.
down now,
Wow.
because like I thought we would get like a lot of followers because I thought he was Louis Hart.
Actually, folks, he
there
might be
goes that
Louis
strategy.
Hart.
It might be Louise Hart.
His mind is as filthy as Louis Hart.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Louis Hart is, well, I don't know. What to
Well,
say.
better for you.
Yeah, I mean,
No, he was very entertaining. He was very I think he was very relevant.
Is he's still on the
No, I was
one
gonna
and three
say
station.
in exposure to music in the 90s.
Oh yeah. I learned a lot about music from him and John Paul Roach and Emmett Hennessy with his top
Emmett
100
Hennessy.
Billboard thing.
Yeah.
What
Back in the 90s when
the
music
guy named
was good.
Morning.
Jean Bros, Jared Butts,
No.
Not John Bros.
Jared Butts.
It was the morning show.
Richard Graham.
Richard Graham, the big
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
Big dog.
He was like mid morning though. I thought more early morning. So
Nah, he was morning.
I feel he had a morning stint.
he was
at some
morning.
point.
Yeah, Richard Graham.
it was mid morning though.
Yeah. You know, a few years back I met Richard Graham, right? I was
Right.
sitting down at a
Rich.
table waiting to go to see a band play.
You call him Big Dog or?
No, I don't know who it was, right?
Oh,
So I
okay.
sat down there and Sean Young was there, right? So I went to say hello to Sean. And they had a bottle of white oak. Just told them on the table.
Mhm.
And Sean was like, hey, you want an next drink? So the guy who on the table, I don't know who he is because I never saw his face before, was like, okay, I'll have one more. So I say, okay, cool, this guy sound kind of familiar. So we start talking.
Yeah.
Right? So we were just talking and Sean went to get Chaser or something and come back. And no, sorry, Richard left. And then he came back and he's like, so I suppose you told him who I am. Because I don't know if there's something you're supposed to do.
Wait. All right,
So I was like, no. Who are you, sir? Like, I'm Richard Graham.
Well, I like Richard Graham because he used to produce some music.
Yeah.
Compared to some of the other shittongs.
Yeah.
That's when 95 was the main radio station.
That's when
that used to
video
play
killed
rock.
the radio star.
Nah, it was not so much. But then
Okay.
that's when 95 took a hard turn from mostly rock music to
pop.
like pop and
Yeah.
they tried to become like local mainstream to compete
Yeah.
with
And then,
93.5.
yeah.
When they didn't really need to compete because it wasn't really much of a competition in that sense, and they became very poppy. And they used to play everything else. It was like the equivalent to MTV just doing reality shows.
Yeah. And then their radio announcers started to talk more. So you'll get like equal talking and music before a break.
So it's like the inverse and 97.1 then. More talk, less music.
Way. Yeah.
That's how
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how it works. But yeah. Okay.
Well, as a famous band said, talk about pop music.
It wasn't the best segue.
All right, yeah.
But-
I was kind of holding on to it though, so I just kind of
realized
feel like I had to
just-
drop it. I'm
yeah,
just kind of waiting.
sometimes like
I
when
should
you
have
know-
waited a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes when you know you should hold the pee. To the
Yeah, I
words of
know.
your pitch.
But it was like right there now. It was like diarrhea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So you just had to unleash it on.
I don't unleash it
us.
on the will. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
appreciate that.
unleash it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I just wonder, because you know anything about this epidemic situation that the media.
We're not talking about pop music.
Oh no, we talk about viruses and death.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
So, close enough. but-
seemingly-
So like everybody all up in arms about this because it's a new virus, right?
Right.
So there's no treatment, there's no antibody, anything. But there was something like 27 deaths globally so far.
Right.
The virus here in Trinidad and Tobago, am I allowed to say Trinidad and Tobago?
Yeah.
Okay. The virus here in
Yeah.
Trinidad and Tobago, the flu
Regular flu.
last year
Kill more people.
killed more people.
Well,
in a
yeah,
small country with a
yeah,
smaller
but was the
population.
time frame?
Oh.
No, my disappointment in this virus is, and all the other virus,
Disappointed in the virus.
is basically that it will never kill enough people to save planet Earth. So what we need is like a virus of like very catastrophic proportions. Like an epidemic of sorts, Black Plague.
You see, there's a man after my true heart. I just doesn't want to say these things because last time I did, people thought I was totally serious. I mean, I was partially serious, but
Yeah.
people thought I should not have been saying these things. Actually, I was saying to some people that maybe Thanos was misunderstood,
Yeah.
and he probably had a bigger view, like maybe a bit more foresight than most people, and maybe by eliminating half of the Earth's population might necessarily be a bad thing, right?
What about if the Earth population consume 50% less? And
No, but how is that
produces 50% less waste?
Yeah, but you're still
No,
gonna have
but
all these stupid people.
Humans is fucking idiots for us, and it's
It's
like
true.
they're just stupid by. Like,
All right.
It's true.
no, like
Could we kill the very stupid ones then? If you look at the countries that created the highest carbon footprint, one, and two, look at the countries that created the highest carbon footprint before and transferred their production to other countries.
Yeah,
and I'm
but
talking
what,
about the USA
what
and
if they
UK.
are the ones like
Yeah,
who
what you're
making all the money and have the only political power and all that kind of military power and that kind of thing?
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
The virus is random, just like Thanos.
It's- yeah,
It's random.
it's not
It
selective.
shouldn't affect random people.
And then
who
the
look
next
for it
thing
as
is
a
you have to
part of the
remember-
problem.
It should just like what? Nah, but the thing is like it's
wait.
highly unlikely that you'll have something like very specific that is gonna kill certain people now. Like you
Yes.
gotta do it. You gotta do it where you have.
Assassins.
No, but it's a virus dread. You gotta do it where you have dread.
Yeah, but you have to also remember that not everybody will be affected by the virus equally. Some people will be able to mount an immune response.
Right.
Like, watch Contagion. Or,
Yeah, you know,
Like,
no. You're
look at
right. You're right.
Matt Damon.
Not
He
everybody
was
gonna
normal.
die. Yeah.
So like some people will just be okay with it, and once you could have antibodies being formed, then you can basically create a vaccine.
I just watch Our Planet again, and I feel like real shit, but as a human, like after
What's
David
that? The
David
doing
Attenborough tell us like
of David
all the fucking
Attenborough.
shit that we fucking doing and killing all the other animals.
Did you
and-
ever consider offering yourself to fix the problem?
No, not really.
And that is the problem. With a random virus or with Thanos snap, you could be one.
If planet Earth
And
kill
nobody
me,
gonna say I'll be the one.
no, if planet Earth kill me, like I won't be vexed. I mean,
Well,
like,
say,
alright,
you look
cool,
fit.
like,
You'll
I look
say,
fit.
you look fit.
I look fit.
Alright, okay.
Like yeah,
That's fair.
But you see,
you know, I use like single-use plastic. I look fit.
the difference between you and other people though is that you actually recognize
Yeah.
that you're doing shit now, right? And
No,
you
the,
probably
the man just say he's using single-use boy. He's like Greta.
why have to go?
No, but no. Listen, like,
All right, but what would influence you to be more environmentally conscious? All right, like let me say about like a baseline, right? So you will
Yeah.
do certain things. You will not litter. First of all, right? You have enough sense not to litter. I just
Yeah.
realize that because some people don't have the sense to not litter.
right.
When we have a massive bout of flooding, like, oh, the government didn't do this.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not about littering now. So like,
No,
if-
but I just saying being like environmentally conscious of
no, but
like issues.
you see, you could do your part. You could not litter. You could put your stuff in a bin. Still ends up in a landfill.
Right.
Like nothing is being recycled.
But
So
you-
like it's still a problem now. You still have like a waste problem as a result. It's just that like
absolutely-
your surroundings clean, but at the end of the day, like the waste going somewhere,
right.
like in the ocean or a landfill, and stuff seeping into the ground and contaminating your groundwater and all that kind of thing.
But again, you still have some level of awareness of the situation.
Mhm.
Now, you may not be able to change the situation directly, but
No, but
if you have enough people thinking like that
yeah.
and thinking high up in people in power and so on who can make changes, it might be easier to get on board with that or at least have a more responsible approach
Yeah.
to dealing with like that kind of stuff and say, let's do these things because it is better. But
Yeah.
I think the typical Trinidadian response is that we are gonna be proactive about our problem until it right in your face about to kill you.
And it's
or,
not affecting you today.
yeah.
Yeah.
It affects somebody tomorrow, and
Yeah.
that's not your problem.
But we do have to think long term, man. That's part of the problem in Trinidad.
I think it's the only
That's a
Trinidad,
problem.
eh?
That's a problem with humanity.
Exactly.
Probably.
Because with Trinidad, we have the problem. You started with littering. It started good there. Because if you look at the floods and you look at what's coming up in the
Right.
water, is plastic bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So to begin with, people not only not carrying their bottles for recycling, which is not single-use plastic, they're just literally dumping it indiscriminately on the streets and in the rivers. That's a short-term thing.
right.
Then Daniel here was talking about people who... No, he was saying, well, yeah, but it still goes into a bin. It still goes...
Well, that's the thing.
Somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And that's the problem we have with more developed countries.
Yeah.
Like the US and the UK. They could
Shit.
dress it up and say, we so, environmentally conscious, like there's no litter on our
Yeah.
road, we do anything. But they consume the most in the world,
Yeah.
right? And that's we're just talking about disposable plastic here.
Yeah.
Meat production,
Mm-hmm.
right? That cattle
Well,
farming
Well, I
causes
mean,
more
let me
deforestation
interject here.
Yeah.
than palm oil.
Where would be the most populated countries like China and India in this picture? Because meat consumption in China is very high.
Yeah, based on share population.
Right.
my
But
view on
not per capita consumption.
like my view on that is like timing, right? So like in the past, right, all the developed countries now would have reached that developed status by industrialization and like their agricultural prowess and whatever, and building up on all those things, right? So they had a lot of contribution to pollution of the world back then. Then they were able to utilize all that income earned to then move on to like non-renewables and to like better, more optimal processes. But now when you look at India and China, they are former colonial countries, right? That were ruled by England and maybe not China so much, but
India for sure.
India for sure, right? So they were sort of held back because all their production and thing was for the benefit of the imperial power and that kind of thing, right? So they were set back.
Right.
So they now reach the point
industrial revolution.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's not happening. And similar with China, like they now having the industrial revolution.
Right.
So now that the developer has cleaned up, it's easy to point a finger now and say, hey, like they are responsible for all the pollution. But like think about all the years they were polluting while they were going through their industrial revolution.
Right. So they're not giving everybody else a chance to catch up, basically. We
in this point now largely because of them. Because it's only recently China and India have started their sort of industrial revolution of their own.
Right.
And started polluting. I mean, the volumes are bigger because there are a lot bigger countries that having that sort of impact now and is really compounding the effects that already took place. But you have to look at that. So, in my opinion, to like fix this, the people who benefited from the past should be probably contributing to the issue now.
I want to add something there. The production that's taking place right now is still for the benefit of the developed world. It's for consumption in the US and the UK and Europe, and countries that have disposable income to buy things and dispose of them as they see fit. The consumption is not taking place in the countries where the production is taking place.
And that's the whole trend of like consumerism and everybody need to have this.
And this is why I go back to, could we just consume 50% less? Could everybody please do that?
Yeah, but it's like, what is the process for that to happen when everybody just need to have things right now because you need to floss on Instagram now?
Well, in that case, I guess we need a virus to kill everybody.
That's what I'm saying. Like biology, like there's no consciousness like about it now. There's no like thinking about it. It's like something mutated and then it's gonna wipe out like a bunch of people. So like that's like a best case scenario.
But what about if what comes after humanity is Planet of the Apes?
Humans,
just what happened.
Humans will survive. Look at like where we at right now. Like I mean, humans in this form. I mean, probably in the scale of things, it's probably not a long time, but we've been around with cognitive abilities and stuff like that for like a long period of time, and no other organism has evolved to really exhibit any of the characteristics that we have in terms of being able to think through stuff and communicate and that kind of thing. So like it hard to believe that like, I don't know, like over what time will that happen now? Or maybe humans evolved at this point out of sheer luck or something.
Human evolution is one thing, but the fact that we could communicate better, the ability to speak and speak different languages, and this opposable thumb are fortunate mutations.
But that's the thing. So like how long does it take for a fortunate mutation for some other organism to reach up our level? So, but
yeah, I mean, we're still thousands of years upon everybody else. Like all the other well, like maybe except viruses.
But what I was saying earlier is like not all humans will be affected. Like there will be a lot of humans who will be able to overcome the virus and still.
But you see, the other thing is what you probably will lose some good people in that being affected by virus because you're not guaranteed that people who are going to be wiped out by virus will be criminals and scum of society and kind of thing. Like you probably could use like lose good scientists, people who have potential to change the world and that kind of stuff. So a virus mightn't really be the best system because you can't target it. But what criteria want to use to target people?
Listen, I don't think we're talking about like eliminating the people in the population. We're just saying that there is a virus.
Yeah, but
There is a possibility. But it's not like if we're looking for like the best way
But
or medium
you see
for
that's a
exterminating.
positive check.
On the population, like a Malthus.
I
Yeah.
just say, but you kind of just taking up the population at random now, not necessarily.
But that's the only
It could
way.
be a bit. Suppose suppose there's a virus takes out like 90% of the educated people in the world, right? No, it just has a bunch of dumbasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So what's the point of that? That's not.
It
That's not
don't really
beneficial to
matter,
the
but because the thing is
suppose
like,
a virus kill all the bands in the world and we remain with Nickelback. How you like
Fuck.
that? You know, and that's the
but you
challenge of
see,
being
but
random.
luckily, we have the ability to store information, and it's not in like clay tablets or like parchments or something. We have like a lot of data stored now, so we're not starting from scratch.
Right.
So even though it's like stupid people or whatever, like remain, they will still be able to benefit from this knowledge and
No,
build on
but
it.
some
now.
stupid people don't realize how stupid they are, and they have no intention of doing anything differently.
Nah, you see, it's different from like that point in time where we had like the church standing in the way of science and kind of like destroying or like not bringing to the fore or demonizing scientists and that sort of thing, where like no progression was being made now. Is a disease in the scenario. So I still think like it will still have some smart people. I can't believe that like all these smart people have real poor genes and immune systems such that they will be eradicated. Like it will still have some smart people who could then build back from the
But
knowledge
you're
base that
talking
exists
about
now.
pure randomness.
It's just random,
can't-
but like in randomness,
You can
like,
expect randomness to also be fair and leave a even amount.
no,
amount
it won't
of
be
everything.
even, but it just has some now. Like it still has some. Like it being random is probably our best case scenario because then
Check-
you have like a spattering of everybody.
Check what's going on with these viruses. These viruses would eliminate the people who don't have access to healthcare, access the poor, malnourished, not healthy people in the world. And those are the people who consume less and take less from the planet.
Not necessarily. What
So-
about the people who consuming all the fast food and like obese? or,
Those
like,
same people have better access to healthcare.
you would think so, but in the US you had to pay for healthcare. You had to
Mm.
have insurance and thing. So
True.
yeah, so
But
not
the
necessarily.
UK and Europe will get away.
Yeah, and Canada and thing.
And Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's not necessarily the case. See, I think you see, US is often seen as like the real developed countries, but like a lot of people like living in poverty and
Yeah,
lots
that-
they
that-
are
yeah.
working poor and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I
So
listen-
they can't afford healthcare,
just last week I was listening to Bruce Springsteen. And I know what's going on there, right?
right? Yeah,
But and that's also, and it's a side note, that's also why it's easy for them to build such a big, strong military because people want opportunities. They want to get out of the one town that they never left.
yeah.
They want education. They want all the good things that come with joining the military, and they're good benefits. That's also why it's not a problem for the US to build an army
Mm-hmm.
because of desperation, because of people wanting to become better.
I'll have some
So-
more Pisco, sir. I'll take a piece of that.
Okay, so you're just taking our pause
Top up.
to top up on this Pisco, which apparently makes for good conversation.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Botran. Wow.
Now, but ever since I like read like Malthus and like positive checks, I think that just resonated with me and kind of makes sense to me, right? Like, I mean, if you really look at it, the world population is growing at a rate that we simply can't support that in terms of food or resources and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, in its current state, but can we do what Nacho Man is saying and reduce consumption to support the rest of it? But then you have like a lot of it
Yeah, the
will be
control birth rates.
a social divide and who could afford what, and
The thing is, like, if you look at like the wealth distribution, probably have enough wealth and resources in this world to like feed and make everybody decent enough, like well off enough, right?
We would have enough resources to feed everybody.
Exactly. But the thing is, like, we work with a capitalist system and that deals with like the concentration of wealth, right? So I think it's gonna be beneficial just to have like less people in the world. Like I think we're reaching the point where like the carrying capacity of the world is being exceeded. So
I don't think so.
But
Because
again,
still a
with a
lot of
virus,
that many
with a
people there.
virus, there's no
Yeah.
guarantee that we'll have
we have
less greedy people in the world.
I don't know. It's just less people.
The distribution probably not going to change.
Short-term, yeah.
we have to remember, there's still a lot of land that is not occupied in the world, uncultivated,
Yeah.
that could possibly be used for agriculture. So you have a lot of,
Yeah, but then you had to take down like rainforests and like
some
Yeah.
parts. Oh, let's just
Or
live in rainforest.
like places where animals live in. Like I think we need to recognize I don't think anybody want to live in a world where it's just like humans, cattle, and chickens and pigs. So like just animals that we
because then our
Yeah.
oxygen will just come from
Well-
palm oil plants.
Hey, what? You tell that
That's
to
the thing now.
Elon Musk, because he gonna reach Mars.
no, because like
Yeah, you have a good idea there.
Yeah,
the
that's one solution to your problem.
the most prominent plant in the world right now is friggin' wheat.
Mm.
Like
Okay.
think about that now. Like because we did that to the planet. Like we destroy forests and natural habitats
wheat,
or whatever.
for wheat.
For like wheat.
And is what we're currently doing with palm production.
And then we freaking need
Yeah, I saw the video. I saw the video.
so we do a
I
lot
don't
for
know what
wheat,
to
but now we need gluten-free products.
I was just gonna say that.
So it's like,
maybe
what the fuck
maybe
going
that
on?
was
again, the consumption. We do not need gluten-free products.
no.
You know-
What maybe?
No, think about that, right? Like
So
the
it's-
most grown product in the most grown freaking plant in the world is wheat.
So you think that's
probably most
nature's
consumed.
revenge?
I don't know. I don't know. I think
Nature's
it's just,
like,
I think
oh,
it's just-
really?
I think it's just fucking shit for
Time
like
for
most people
mutation.
who just want to like seem like, hey, this is like the new organic boy. Or
Because that's the thing.
this is
that
like
no,
gluten free. That's so sexy.
consumption has taken it taken a turn where not consume more, but now consume better.
Yeah,
Consume better and consume things that are more rare and artisanal, which will
Yeah.
create that it happened with soya.
yeah,
With
yeah.
vegetarianism, the soya production.
I mean, you
goes
think
out
that's
to
just part
deforestation.
of like that whole capitalist approach to it? Because people just want to sell you something, right?
Yeah.
So if you market something as being rare, hard to find, better for you, then you're going to have a certain market who will be attracted to that type of
Yeah.
product,
Yeah.
But then,
I would like to see somebody in poverty who not like gluten like tolerant.
yeah, but then what?
No, celiac disease is a real thing. And
I
and
know,
it will
I know,
kill you.
I
No,
know, I know,
so-
but like it just seems to be
But-
a little
but-
more
but-
prevalent.
Right, but gluten intolerance now. I
Right.
think that's just a convenient thing to make you a hipster. Be like, my body is so.
So that's
No, that
refined.
is that's also a real thing. Some people just cannot tolerate gluten, and they will,
I know,
they will
I
get
know,
very-
but like I think there's a large
no, you have a
number of people
You have a
who-
hipster following who just be like, "Oh, I don't do gluten."
I don't know exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's what I say now. Like you'll probably find like a higher incidence of gluten intolerance among the
those people?
affluent people than say like people in poverty
You'll see that.
because they eating whatever. No? Even if
Anything,
they're
bro.
freaking gluten intolerant, like
Anything.
they're just gonna be eating. Even if they have celiac disease, what else are they gonna eat?
True, yeah.
They'll eat like rice and flour.
But
like-
the funny thing is, how long has mankind been consuming wheat as a staple?
I think
Like
Long.
millennia.
Long.
yeah,
you know.
long. I think as bread has always been a staple,
Long.
and in every country or
So,
culture in the world,
They
there
have
is
some
bread.
some
Yeah, there's
variation
some
of
variation.
it.
And gluten, the strain of wheat that contains gluten,
Yeah,
was actually selectively bred because the
Yeah, yeah.
products that come out of gluten last longer on the shelf.
right.
Meat
And-
products with gluten.
With gluten, sorry.
will last longer.
on shelves.
Really?
So yeah, so the gluten content of our wheat should be different. If anybody listening knows better,
Yeah.
should be different than if you find untouched, pure wheat.
I
The
think
commercial grade of wheat
yeah.
it is built to have gluten to last better on the shelf.
I could believe that because like there's a similar story with respect to like tomatoes.
Right.
Like so the tomatoes that we get right now that you would probably get in Subway, these kind of big kind of tomatoes.
yeah, like the salad tomatoes.
These
kinda,
are tomatoes
yeah.
that's the kind of pink inside.
Right.
And it has like a different kind of texture
Right.
than say like a locally grown tomato. And it's perfectly round.
Yeah.
like is always big and round,
Mhm.
as opposed to like if you go in a market, you see like a kind of oval shape
Yeah,
or a
yeah,
wedge shaped
Right,
tomato,
which is a
right?
delicious tomato. Perfect
Yeah.
for making tomatoes choker if you're into
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
so like
Yeah.
they bred tomato to be like that, so it's easier to transport and it's gonna last longer. So the walls are much thicker,
Right.
so that it could stand up to being packed on top of each other in boxes, so that it could transport easier. So that is how they bred tomatoes to be that way.
So basically, it's like a commercial approach to tomatoes.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
thing is, I can tell you, I like tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
tomatoes
tomatoes
is
do
the
not taste as good as the oval shaped
They
ones.
don't.
Like
They
don't.
don't.
They
They
don't.
don't. The
like
oval
they
ones
they
actually
lack
have
that
like
kind of flavor. That
It's
round one I'm
bland.
talking about.
It's very bland.
Like a
Bland,
bland, sandy kind of tomato.
yeah,
Exactly.
And
yeah.
I would take our proper local grown tomato any day.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially with Joker.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
make choker without tomatoes. You can't
I mean,
make
and
that.
that,
Where you gonna do that?
it's such a simple dish and
Yeah.
so delicious.
For all our international listeners, Choker is a thing that's delicious.
Wait. That's very ambitious.
Thank you.
have international.
So
I don't know. I mean, I know all of our user is local,
All right,
but
I'll try to define this as simply as I could, right? Choker is a West Indian dish. Let's say Indo-Caribbean in origin.
Yeah.
Probably with roots from India. Typically made with some kind of cooked or usually
Vegetable.
roasted vegetable.
Mhm.
And mildly seasoned. Not shouldn't say mildly, but you add some basic stuff like onions and garlic. Maybe
Salt.
a little bit of, yeah.
it could be heavily seasoned
Salt
too,
and
like
pepper.
Mortani.
Yeah.
So there's seasoning.
So I guess,
Yeah.
I think maybe a like roasted vegetable would be like the main part of it.
Right.
But it's like mushed. It's like
Yeah, it usually would be broken. Well, as you roast it will break down to,
yeah.
let's say, like a bit of a pasty kind of texture.
Yeah.
So,
Goes
and
well with
everything.
flatbread or roti. Like as we go.
Roadie.
It goes well
Sada
with
roti is
cricks, which is our crackers. It goes well with just your finger in your mouth.
Wow.
Also,
Too much information there, or not true.
Yeah.
no, I was talking about food.
I don't
You
know.
just eat your choker in your bedroom.
That's a different kind of choker. That's a different kind of choker.
That's what she said. Hey,
Anyway.
weird. Hip ha. Speaking of which, it's carnival.
Oh God.
Yuck.
That is
Yeah. But I think the interesting thing about carnival is the carnival mentality that pervades our own mentality. So
What do you
I feel like a lot of that whole don't care or not worry about stuff is part of that carnival mentality. And I think last year was the first year I really played Juve.
Juve.
And I think I experienced firsthand what people have wanted so much now. It's just like a complete and utter freedom to do whatever the hell you want. No worry about anything else. No cares in your world. And people just want that. Like even after those 2 days pass, they just want that throughout the year.
Yeah, I think it's like an escape. I mean, like there's a lot of things happening in the country, like crime and like people getting laid off and the whole economic situation and that kind of thing. And like you don't want to like ignore it, but like you want to maybe escape like for just like a brief period to just like enjoy life and feel like it's like a much better place than it is. Because like carnival is like the one thing that like you feel like people are actually together on something. Like you don't feel like there's any kind of disaggregation or like everybody seems to be like on the same page. Huh?
There's that, and then like on the rare occasion every decade or so when
we win a World Cup.
Like rise out of it too now. Like it's just about that feeling good.
Yeah.
The way you want. Complete free up yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, but is that issue? Do you think that it moves beyond carnival and people start living that way?
Yeah, I think they
Right.
want they want that experience all
Throughout.
the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. Oh, that's a problem. But is that like carnival related, or is it that's just like the way the world is moving to where people just want to enjoy the now, and you have a lot of people who living on credit. They want to live like the Joneses. They want to have a nice car, a nice house. So they have like mortgage, loans. They want to have trips all over the place. And again, it's like just filling up like photos on their Instagram, and they want to just be like
Like,
other
should
people
I, like,
and that kind of thing.
well, I don't really have any data to support all
Yeah.
that. I don't know how, like what you're describing that way of like
Yeah.
how that existed, like let's say in the 80s compared to now.
Yeah.
You know, having to have, you know, taking a loan to purchase this and that and have the house and the car and all that. Like, I don't know how that differs or how that the goal of having all that differs
Yeah,
between then and now. Is it still the same?
I think the difference, we don't have any data to back this
Yeah.
up, but I think the difference was that you would plan and you'll do it. It wouldn't be instant gratification.
And it's not because like somebody else is doing it that you feel like you have to do it. It's
Yeah,
more
exactly.
like you just want these things, so that's why you trying to acquire these things. Like it's for your own benefit, maybe.
Yep.
That's okay. Welcome home. Welcome to your own home.
Welcome, A-Dog.
Oh, hi. Yeah.
Just get alias there.
Yeah,
A-Dog.
well, we can't use real names.
We could use that. We could use it. Man. I don't know. I don't know if you use that word A-Dog.
I don't know, it's the first thing that came to mind.
At least I didn't say Adolf. That would have been
Yeah.
gassy.
Right, so?
Yeah. But also another positive check on the population in terms of like if you want to get rid of some people.
Virus, back to the virus.
One.
We're going to have back
Well, I think-
conspiracy.
I think-
we
listen,
didn't cover that
All
already.
right. Yeah.
I think right now in Trinidad we don't even need a virus. We have enough crime to support that.
It's like what, like
How live
So why
fellas-
is that not a positive check?
what are the crime?
Yeah, the murder
It's
rate.
small
How-
amounts, boy.
It's not enough.
Oh, you need more murder.
Small numbers. It's like
Okay,
what,
okay.
what is a number like 500 per year? That's not
Oh,
enough.
yeah, but that's just crime. Why you're not factoring like natural deaths due to
No, but
disease.
yeah, but I think the birth rate compensates for all that.
I don't know.
I think so.
We should probably get some stats.
You should have numbers.
Although I mean, we Trinidad don't even have like good numbers. Like everybody still say the population is like 1.3 million. Like since like 10 years ago.
What is now?
I have no idea. I think it
probably
probably
is
like
because
1.4 or
murder.
1.5. I don't know. Maybe I'll see for 1.3
This,
when I
this
look
year,
it up.
this year's is census year, so we'll find out by next
I
year.
mean, as high-ranking
Oh, yeah,
managers
2020,
in
yeah.
a well-known government office, you all can't know these things. I mean,
No. But the updated census will take place this year, so we'll know next year.
1.328 million.
Yeah, but
That's
I feel
2011
like
census. Though.
I feel like in
Yeah.
primary school there was like 1.3.
Actually, according to the 2019 revision, the world population estimated at 1.389 million.
So like close to 1.4.
1,389,843 people in 2018, compared to only 646,000 in 1950. Well, that's interesting.
That's a long
That's
time ago though,
interesting.
but what you should compare it to is like probably like 1990s or something, which I think it was like a 1.1, 1.2 or something. So like,
I remember at some point we used to say 1.1. I guess that's when I was in primary school. I started primary
Right.
school in
Wow.
1985.
right, so that's
So-
80s, maybe 90s it was like 1.2,
Probably 1.2, yeah.
right? But now like 1.3, like that's a very slow
It's a
population
relatively
growth.
slow growth. So
Yeah.
I think it's working.
Nah, but I don't think it's crime as a major.
It's
It's
not.
not
It's,
major.
it's not. It's not. Is that we stopped seeing 7 children families.
Yeah.
Like, we have the
Because
more.
children are fucking expensive, us.
That's the thing.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, but for some
But
reason,
poor
right?
people just make a lot.
That's the thing,
Yeah,
Dre.
but because
exactly.
you know,
I don't understand this, right? Like
Yeah,
right
because-
now, I stuck on one now, and I like
And
wondering,
you catch
like,
any accent?
I ain't friggin' want to pay for next one of this shit.
let me just clarify. You just say poor people just make.
More children.
More
children.
children. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See how the bigger and small people are these generally more educated people who would realize the need or the relevance or the importance of, creating like a proper childhood for these kids, or they just bullying on the place.
We're talking about creating a better childhood. It's like how they actually getting through this. How do they take 7 children
No, but
through school? How,
I think it was
It
like
can't be proper. I don't think.
I think it
proper.
was like a culture. I think like in the past where like people are like a lot of children because maybe they own like farms or
land.
land, and then people that work the land. So it's like it makes sense that like
Imagine
you would have a lot
family
of
like-
children.
Imagine family lives back then. How uncomfortable I was. 7 of them fighting for land.
Wow.
No, but I mean that's probably one of the reasons. Another reason why people have like a lot of kids will be like if there's like a lot of disease or like a high mortality rate, you want to have as many kids as possible because you're not entirely sure like how many would actually make it to
So,
maturity.
to support the farm, you're basically producing your workforce. Then
I guess, but like
I don't think that was it. I mean,
no. I mean that
Yeah,
would
but back in
back in the day.
you had less contraception back then.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
But surely the pull-out game was the same.
Yeah, but the thing is like,
Well, maybe no. I think some
but
ministers
children
go
was
through.
a blessing.
Some ministers just go
Just
through
go
like
through.
yeah.
Children was a blessing.
That's the next thing. That's a good point. That is
yeah.
a good point. They
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
see like more children as a better thing.
That's the
So
thing.
how-
Yeah.
you feel
Like-
blessed, or you could be a bit more blessed than you.
No, I don't think I can be any more blessed. I feel like all the
You-
blessings was
you reach
bestowed
out.
on me with one child. Like I think
See, you reach max blessings with just one.
I feel this is all the blessings that I could afford. I mean, I don't
Lessons
know.
don't come cheap.
Yeah, but
And I don't even pay tithes, so
but then the thing is, I don't.
If you pay tithes, you might be able to handle more blessings.
I
I
can't
think that's how
afford
it's
it.
work. The payoff should pay off.
I can handle more blessings, but I just can't afford it.
Was it as expensive to have these blessings back in the day as is now?
No.
With rising
I think it's
costs.
much more expensive now,
Yeah.
but it based on like it's like what you want for your child and probably what you can afford for your child. Because now, like the education of the child, like I mean, even if you look like now, like as a baby, right, is like all right after you breastfeed, if you do the right thing, people who listening,
Yeah,
do the
people.
right thing and
the right thing.
breastfeed your children,
Please.
all right?
You save money on formula.
It's not about saving money.
Jeez.
It's like the best thing to do. Like, you know,
As a man who knows doctors,
these
I don't ask them all
these
this
people who think that, you know, only poor people breastfeed and rich people have formula, that's not the case. Like, breastfeeding is proven to be better for your child.
So what you're saying is
breast
breastfeeding.
is the best.
breast is the formula to success.
breastfeeding is the healing of the nation.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Right?
Is
But
that your
anyway,
vision 2020?
but anyway,
Yes, and it's
There.
better
After-
than many other
after
Vision
you
2020s.
progress beyond those after you progress beyond those breastfeeding years and your child is like 1 year old and 2 years old and stuff like that, right? Then you have to introduce formula, right? Formula is extremely expensive. Diapers are extremely expensive. So like I just wonder, like for like poor people like who have multiple children, right? How you affording that now? Then when you get up to like education, like preschool, like to get into like a decent preschool, like right now I had to pay like about 6-7 grand a term for a decent preschool. That's probably more than I pay for my UE degree. So
yeah.
so like certainly my master, I don't feel like I pay my master's probably cost like about that 10 grand.
You get value for your money with a master's, or
Yeah, nobody does appreciate econ. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. That it's very expensive now to actually raise a child and give them everything that like you would want to give them,
So-
like in the best start for life.
Well, that was my point now. So
Yeah.
maybe back in the 60s, it was much easier to just pump out 6 children because you could have,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it
but
was
you're
that
not
expensive, dude. You create your workforce, so you have people to clean your house and you know,
Right.
tidy animal and whatever.
But you're not thinking ahead to think that, all right, cool, I want to be able to send my child to like university or like have this education or at least have like
No.
this set of funds
Yeah,
to start
he
a
was
business or
thinking
like
that because-
assets and that kind of
Because
thing.
back then it was like
Yeah.
maintaining your same standard of living.
But exactly. And I think
And like not
expectations were
progressing
low.
out it.
Expectations were low.
Yeah.
right, but was the general perception that every child should go to university back then?
I don't think
not
that was
everybody
a
was
thing.
big on education back
No.
then.
No, I
because
don't think that was a thing.
you could
back
have
then.
some level at
Yeah.
school and then you go to work after that. And a lot of
Yeah.
people have that mentality. I think with only within recent times, like maybe say, recent 80s, 70s, 80s, and the focus became more on education. Have, you know, primary, secondary, tertiary education.
Right.
Have some like a degree
Yeah.
as the way to go now.
Yeah, because maybe the focus then was more on like literacy or something like that. So like you will speak more in terms of educational like.
But probably
literacy.
I think maybe people just figured, you know, if your children had education, they'd be more successful in life.
Yeah.
And I think that worked up to a point. And again, I have no data to support this, but I think it worked up to a point. But like now we reach a stage where we're asking like, is half of this even relevant anymore? Like, is it really necessary?
No, totally
anymore?
with you there. Totally with you there because it's like
So like I think it hit like a peak at some point, maybe in
Yeah.
the 90s, 2000s, and then like
Yeah.
we kind of going down the slope now.
Yeah, because now we pump it out more academically we're pumping out more lawyers and engineers than we need.
Right.
Yeah.
And these kids can't get jobs.
Yeah, because it was
So
more.
they actually would be better off if they were less qualified.
Yeah, even in Australia, you have
Or qualified differently in
you have a
things
few
that they actually
hundred,
wanted to do.
you have a few hundred doctors being pretty,
Right.
yeah, and they can't get employment. So are we setting these kids up for failure basically by running them through the same old time system?
My
It
opinion
works for
is yes.
somebody,
My
it
opinion is
doesn't work for
definitely
everybody.
yes,
No.
we set them up for failure.
But like the other thing too is that like now you finding more mobility between and among professions. So you could study one thing, but you could end up in a totally different profession.
Yeah.
Because like it's like less of a focus on in terms of like the degree and more in terms of like your ability to deal with people, your analytical skills and stuff like that now. So now you have like a manager. Maybe you study management or project management, but you can equally move into like something like HR or something like that, because like what's important is that skill of management now, like as opposed to like knowledge of like the particular area.
Right, but
Yeah.
but is all of that necessarily related like degree or training, or sometimes, or is it mostly like when it comes down to things like personality type and experience,
I think
life
it's
experience, that kind of thing?
attitude and experience.
Right,
Yeah.
and I don't really think you could learn those things. I mean, some of it could be learned, but
Yeah.
some of
But
those things you
it's
can't really
about-
teach in school.
Yeah, but it's about exposure too. So like, all right, so like maybe social skills, like you don't learn that in a class in UWI,
Mm-hmm.
but you learn that by being in
In the
around campus,
in the environment. Yeah.
So it all depends on like it's all about the exposure to different environments, to different situations, and then you sort of build up that capacity over time. But like if you just home or you're around like your community who you have like and there's a lot of similar people around, then you don't change. You don't kind of evolve into that different person that you could be.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
So just basically some of life experiences then.
Yeah.
And the education system as it exists right now in Trinidad and Tobago will not allow children to do what they want, what they think they're inclined to do,
Yeah.
and what they will actually have a passion to do for the rest of their life.
Why? Why you think why is
Because it's built on science, maths, English, engineering,
but is that
IT,
what you think
Less
that's
emphasis on like arts.
on
Yeah.
on creative,
Creative,
on
yeah.
on technical,
Yeah.
on things that like I was watching a thing on YouTube. A guy was interviewing this little child who was
Yeah.
selling tomatoes, I think, and they was asking him like, "What going on with him? What going on with the subjects?"
Right.
And I think he's like, "He going to one of the schools, one of the secondary schools. You just go to when you, like instead of you go to that one of the
like
vocational
civil
schools or something." Yeah. So he was saying he doing with different courses he doing and that kind of thing. He not doing so good at technical drawing and thing, but he not doing bad and thing.
Right.
And he's selling his tomatoes and because he don't end up like the fellas in the community
Yeah.
and have to take the crime and that kind of thing. And they ask him what he want to do, and he's like, "Well, I really want to do." And this boy had to be like about maybe 13, 14.
is it about
top, right?
you like little dreadlocks and
Well,
selling pimentos and
yeah,
all?
with the braids.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and he was like, "Well, I eventually want to open my own garage,
Right.
and I want to have my own, be a vehicle technician."
Yeah.
And that's cool, but
Yeah.
he fortunately, based on how our secondary entrance works,
Mhm.
got to feel towards that.
And
What
that's the
about
thing.
what about the
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
who were too bright? This is what they want to do. Like this little boy wanted to do,
Yeah.
and he working towards that, and he gonna do that.
Because tech voc is seen as like, all right, if you're not smart,
Is the
that's
field
where you
thing.
get it's the
Yeah.
field. Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
it's something you inclined to do and something you want to do and will
That's the thing.
excel at,
Yeah.
you would know you'll miss it and you'll become
Yeah.
somebody who graduates with your law degree and you can't get a job.
Exactly. And then you don't love that, and then you just forced to do something that
Yeah.
like you don't really like, and you're hot in it.
Well, so that's the thing now, like why would that choice of one to have your own garage be seen as having low ambition then? Because people say
No, but
that's what you want to do. But
I
the
think
thing
I think it's societal pressure,
That's
and
societal
it's probably like your
pressure.
parents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because like your parents, depending on how they view things, right? They might think that you need to be like a doctor or lawyer because
Yeah, but I
that
find
is a better
that's
profession.
a foolish way of thinking of because as a vehicle technician,
Yeah.
you're providing a very relevant service that
Yeah.
is in demand. But the next thing is That's something he wants to do now. Like he
Yeah.
actually wants to do that. So why is there such a negative association between doing that and
But
like saying that he's aiming low, but if that's what he wants to do.
to me, I think there's a lot of parental pressure and societal pressure.
Well, actually,
'cause, like,
nobody
yeah.
said that was even low,
Yeah.
about him.
No, I'm just saying.
I think-
The society.
Like
in general would-
society would say,
in
yeah.
I
general,
think
let's say-
society will think it's low, and like if your parents like invested in you and they're like paying for your education, they don't want to pay for you to become a mechanic. They want to pay for you to be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer, because then they could brag to
They
their
can brag,
peers
yeah,
They could brag,
and
but
be
like-
like, hey,
yeah, but
like,
like-
my son is a doctor, or no? Hey, my son is a doctor
yeah,
too.
but
or
as,
my son
as
is a
we just
lawyer."
said, right?
Yeah,
When you had a brag and they say, "Yeah, my son is a doctor,"
Yeah.
and,
But
they
he
ask,
cannot work.
and they say, "Where he working?" and he say, "Well, he cannot work right now."
Yeah.
Right?
You see,
Like
but
that
sometimes-
even making any
sometimes
sense right
it
now?
don't even matter, but- because like sometimes like for parents, like they don't really care about the happiness of the children. They just want to be able to say, well, hey, they accomplished this.
All right, the happiness is
Yeah,
one, right?
yeah.
But let me say like the financial well-being of them too now. So
Yeah, well, I guess they want to be able to brag about that as well.
yeah, but then
Yeah.
so all right, so what would you prefer? All right, so as a
Yeah.
parent, right? Would you prefer a child who, let me say, he do doctor
Yeah.
and he live in your house and you basically still mind him at the age of 10, the age of 25, or let's say he didn't go to university, he developed some small business,
Yeah.
from the time he was 80, 90 years old, and he's relatively successful financially at the age of 25.
Yeah.
More independent, not dependent on you at all anymore.
Yeah.
And he's doing well. He's not doing anything illegal or immoral or unethical. He actually have a well-run business.
No, like I honestly like when I thinking true stuff for like my son and thing, like we saving up for like either education or whatever. But like if he decide that he want to do something else and he want to take that money from education and start off as his own business,
Right.
like we cool with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like it's all about like what makes him happy and what he wants to do, and if he can be successful at it, well, yeah,
For sure. I don't think the
Yeah.
generation before saw that.
exactly,
And that's-
exactly,
That's where we are right now. We have these children, like this young man in that video,
yeah,
who in that generation,
right,
who unfortunately either fail
yeah,
or you be good at becoming your engineer, doctor, lawyer.
yeah.
I have no doubt that our generation will perceive it differently.
I think so.
And you'll see different
I think so.
skill sets coming out
Yeah.
of the youth to come from our generation.
Yeah, because we see a lot of people who like probably like come from affluent families now who going into agriculture.
Yeah.
And because they're seeing like, well, all right, this is where the money is.
Yeah.
So like I think like when that happens, then like regular people now will take note and be like, well, hey, maybe there's people in going into agriculture. Maybe agriculture is a thing now. And that's like how things happen now. Because it's like you're always looking to see, well, hey, who are the prominent people and what they getting into, and like what are the like sexy areas that people getting into, because it's all about like fitting into like the societal norms and being able to brag about certain things. So, but like some jobs are just seen as like it's not brag worthy.
Right.
Yeah.
But what's the reason behind that? Like why is it so desirable to be a doctor or lawyer engineer?
I don't know,
Is
but
it because all right, one is sound good, but
Yeah.
does it sound good because there's usually a lot of financial compensation
Probably.
associated with these professions? Or let's say traditionally associated with these professions?
Yeah. But as the years go on from here, where we have so much unemployed
yeah.
doctors and lawyers, that prestige will fall off.
But like
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
ladies something used to grow on the doctors something because they supposedly have a certain money too.
Well,
It was like a normal scene.
yeah, but then now you wouldn't see the ladies going around the doctors who
They'll go
don't
through.
have the jobs. They'll
Right.
go with the contractors and
Right.
who,
The contractors.
who do the
right?
stuff.
Right.
Who do the stuff that they wanted,
Yeah.
wanted to do.
It don't take much to build a box trade, I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you
I'm
ask-
pretty
if
sure
you-
you can Google it.
if
Hold
you
on, we
ask
have. Who you gonna ask?
If you ask the government of Trinidad and Tobago,
I was gonna ask
regardless
my,
of which party,
I was gonna ask my
it'll cost
partner.
about 20 million.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask my partner who, he could advise
he'll
more
give
to
you
build
the real.
yeah, probably most
real
efficient way
price.
to build a box trade,
Yeah.
cost effectively, and
Well, he is an expert on box, so probably no.
He does know a lot about box.
Yeah.
Andre in the box.
Why? Wow.
Wow.
That song like
Yeah.
something
sound
that
like-
requires medical attention.
That sounds like one of the other. That sounds like one of the other partners.
And in case he is listening, yes, we're talking about you and Dota and Bath.
Wait, I think that's selling that man.
Wow. Wow.
Wait.
That make sure we at least have one listener.
Yep.